Listen up, everybody. I have decided to take my resources to the next level working with notebooklm. And here's a video on how I did it and what it became. Already on here playing around with it and stuff. So I want to go down to my recent notebooks. And here we are, reducing cognitive load for students. So what I've done is I've actually put in some sources to the Gemini Notebook LM program. As you can see over here, what I've done is actually taken a presentation I made in my Google Drive. So I've put in all of those slides. And I've actually also taken two videos from my YouTube channel and put them in as sources. But I asked it to make a video to showcase what these items actually present and teach you about. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn something, and just let me know how it goes.
We've all been there, right? Whether you're a teacher or a parent, you know that feeling. It's late, you're at the kitchen table, and a kid is just staring at a math problem, totally frozen on their times tables. It is so frustrating. But what if the problem isn't that they're not trying hard enough? Okay, let's really get into this. Right off the bat, we have to reframe this entire situation. This isn't about effort. For a lot of students, it's a neurological difference called dyscalculia. And as Dr. Honor Wall puts it, it's like their brain is literally programmed to just dump math information. I mean, the student who totally got it on Tuesday can genuinely feel like they have never seen this stuff before by Friday. It's wild. So if we know the brain is actively dumping this info, then our goal can't just be memorization. I mean, for a lot of students with dyscalculia, that might just never happen. So the real goal, the game changer, is to build their confidence, help them understand the process, and give them a good, positive experience with math. And this right here is the key. It's not about just repeating the same instructions, only louder this time. No way. As researcher Brian Butterworth points out, what these students really truly need are teaching methods and support systems that are built for them. They need a fundamentally different approach. So, what can we as the adults in the room actually control? Well, it all comes down to this one core concept: cognitive load. Think of it as this invisible barrier that can totally make or break a student's ability to learn anything. Cognitive load. It sounds a bit technical, doesn't it? So what does it actually mean for a student? Let's break it down. Put simply, it's the total amount of brain power being used in your short-term memory at any given moment. You know, a great analogy is your computer's RAM. If you have way too many apps and tabs open, everything slows to a crawl, and then it just crashes. The exact same thing happens inside a student's brain. Now, here's where it gets really useful. Cognitive load isn't just one thing. You've got intrinsic load. That's just how hard the topic is. Can't change that. But then there's extrinsic load. That's everything else. How we present the material, the worksheet design, the classroom noise, you name it. And that's the one we can control. That's our target. So how do we start lowering that extrinsic load? Well, it begins with some super practical, easy-to-use tools that shift the entire focus away from just memorizing facts and onto the actual process of solving problems. First up, the good old times table list. And let's be super clear about this. This is not a crutch. It's not cheating. For a student with dyscalculia, this tool just levels the playing field. It frees up all that precious working memory so they can stop stressing about recall and actually focus on the real math. Just look at this example. To solve 67 times 2, the student isn't getting stuck on, what's 2 times 7 again? No, they just look it up. It's 14. Place the 4, carry the 1. Then they look up 2 times 6. It's 12. Add the 1. You see? The focus is now 100% on learning the multi-step process, which is the whole point of the lesson. And hey, what about calculators? It's the exact same idea. Especially for homework, a calculator lets a student practice the process over and over, building that confidence and avoiding all the frustration and tears that just shut down the learning process. It keeps math positive. Okay, so physical tools are an awesome way to manage that extrinsic load, but we can make an even bigger difference when we totally rethink how we design and present the lessons themselves. Our first strategy uses this brilliant metaphor: weeding, right? Think about a garden. If it's overgrown with weeds, the actual flowers you want to grow just get choked out. Well,
It's the exact same thing with our teaching materials. We need to pull out all the unnecessary visual clutter so the main ideas have room to breathe and shine.
And wow, this just shows it perfectly. Look at the before worksheet on the left. It's just visual chaos, right? Crowded problems, tiny text, long instructions. It's exhausting just to look at. Now look at the after version. Lots of white space, bigger text, fewer problems. The brain can immediately get to work instead of getting tired just trying to figure out the page. Here's another perfect real-world example. The instructor in our source materials showed her son that first image for absolute value. You know what he took from it? That it was bunched up, confusing, and probably meant 0 because all the arrows pointed there. But then she showed him the second, weeded image, and boom, he got it, instantly. The presentation changes everything. Okay, our next strategy is called priming, and this one is all about getting the student's brain ready for new information before you even start teaching. The way it works is by connecting new ideas to stuff the student already knows. You can ask simple questions to get their brain warmed up. Connect the lesson to a real-world goal or something they've already learned. This creates this awesome feeling of familiarity, which makes the new topic feel way less scary and dramatically lowers that cognitive load right from the get-go. So we've got tools to lower cognitive load and strategies to make our lessons clearer. But all of this works best when we bake it into a bigger shift in our entire classroom culture and mindset about math. And this might be the single most important rule of them all. A classroom should not be a race. The second we start pressuring a struggling student to just keep up with the fastest kid, we create anxiety and learning just stops. The goal is to create a team where every single learner matters and can move at a pace that actually works for them. But of course, the big question is, what about the kids who finish early? Well, you keep them engaged with meaningful enrichment. Things like puzzle sheets or online activities aren't just busy work. They actually deepen their understanding. This lets them explore and grow while giving you, the teacher, that critical time you need to support the students who need you most. And let's just never, ever forget this. That student who is struggling, they are burning so much mental and emotional energy just trying to stay afloat. They are working unbelievably hard. Our job is to make all that hard work actually pay off, not be a constant source of feeling like a failure. At the end of the day, all of these strategies, the tools, the weeding, the classroom culture, they all point to a goal that is so much bigger than just getting the right answer on a test. It's about helping a student build a positive, confident, and frankly, a resilient relationship with math itself. And that really leaves us with one last big idea to think about. In our classrooms, in our homes, what would change if we decided to measure success in math, not by how fast a kid can shout out an answer, but by how confident they feel when they sit down to tackle a new problem? Just think about that.